Instead of focusing on the number of days you've been on NoFap, focus more on having productive quality days. Hi, my name is Ken Talk, and I'm back again with another video. Before I get started, as always, like the video if you enjoyed the content, drop a comment, tell me what you think. My Cash App is in the description, so if you want to tithe and subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated, man. I know it's the month of November, so there's a lot of people making content about NoFap, seed retention, and I just want to throw my 2 cents in, and someone who has struggled with this for a long time. I'm going to tell you something that I think can really help you out and help you on your journey. I know the idea for a lot of people is to go the entire month of November without releasing, if you know what I mean. But the thing is, man, instead of focusing on, I just got to get through November, focus on just making lifestyle changes today, man. Focus on becoming someone who doesn't even need to watch this stuff. Focus on learning to cultivate a level of self-love, so that way you can counter those negative emotions that you feel, which are probably fueling you and probably leading you to do the very thing you say you don't want to do anymore. Let me help you understand what I'm saying. If you walk around feeling guilt and shame and self-condemnation, there's a good chance you're going to remain in this cycle. The reason why is because you cannot guilt and shame yourself into changing yourself. Trust me, you can. You can talk down on yourself. You can make yourself feel horrible. And if anything, that's going to make you more prone to go right back to grabbing your phone and doing what you do. You know what I mean? Because, and I'm not saying don't hold yourself accountable. I'm not saying you don't need a hardcore reality check. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is give yourself some grace. Give yourself some compassion. The same way you are willing to show other people compassion, give yourself compassion, especially if you're someone who's been struggling with this for a long time, man. This is not easy. You don't just snap your fingers and just be done with it. This is a very difficult thing, and you're going to have to fight this thing or flee, because the Bible says flee from lust for the rest of your life. It says in the, oh, let me just get to the month of December and then I'm good. No, man. Focus on becoming someone who doesn't even need to watch this stuff. And let me tell you why I think that's going to help you out. Because now you're not counting the days. Now in the beginning, you might be like, okay, I'm on day 4, day 5, and that's cool. And listen, if counting the days works for you, cool. Whatever works for you and whatever helps you progress on this journey, by all means. I'm just speaking for those who may want to, not focus on necessarily counting the days. What I'm saying is, let's say, all right, you started your journey, it's November 1st. I just got to get to the end of the month. But let's say the middle of the month comes and let's say you relapse. Let's say you go on the websites. Let's say you do what you do. Now, because you've been focusing on just having quality days, being productive, maybe you've incorporated some new habits into your life. Maybe you changed your diet. Maybe you started going to the gym. Maybe you're now out, maybe now you're out socializing and things like that. Now, if you do relapse, you're not going to feel as bad about it. You may be a little disappointed in yourself, and that's cool. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can get back up a lot easier instead of being caught in that shame guilt cycle, man. Because now when you fall, you're not going to be wallowing in defeat. Oh man, I did it again. Now you just focus on, man, let me get my behind back up. What can I take from this? What can I learn from this? And just keep on moving, man. The Bible says a righteous man falls down 7 times and gets back up 8 times. 7 times might mean 7,000, 7 million, 7 billion, 7 trillion. It doesn't matter. The point is you got back up and you kept moving. The point is you got back up and you kept progressing. You turned that L into a lesson. That's what I'm saying, man. Just focus on just being a new creation. Focus on being the best version of yourself. Think about the best version of yourself, man. The best version of yourself is not out here counting the days, man. It's been 1,052 days since the last time. The best version of you, man, is being creative, being productive, being a person with dignity, self-respect, and they don't even have time to think about it because they're so focused on loving themselves and taking care of themselves and you know, just being the best version of themselves, man. So don't focus on counting the days, man. Just have quality good days. And some days are going to be better than others, and that's cool because it's all part of the process, right? Like one thing I was thinking, and I'm not going to make this video too long, I'm actually almost done. But one thing I was thinking, right? I was thinking, okay, let's say you're a guy and you've been struggling with this. You know, you've been going to the websites, you go to OnlyFans and all that. How about, you know, if you see a pretty girl in the grocery store, you go up and talk to her just to see what happens. Because you see on the websites, it's easy just to click a video or go on the girl's comments on Instagram and drop a comment because there's no pressure there. You just do it and that's it. How about you go talk to a girl and just see the reaction? Just see the interaction and learn from it. She might shut you down. But honestly, it's not even about necessarily going on a date. It's just about seeing if you can do it. Also, how about you go talk to a woman who you don't find attractive at all? Can you hold a conversation with the woman you have no physical attraction to? Can you do it? Things like that, man. That's what, because on one side, it helps you get outside instead of being in the house all day. But also it gets you to get your communication skills up and interact. And mind you, let me say this. Let me put this as a disclaimer. I'm not saying all these things because I have a bunch of wisdom and all that. All this comes from my failures. These are things I wish I knew 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So don't think I'm exalting myself. I have all this wisdom. It's a struggle for me every day as well, man. I'm saying these things because if I can save you some time on this journey, then it'll make it all worth it. Because I wish I knew these things at 10 years old or 12 years old, 15 years old, even 25 years old. You know, these things you wish you learned at an earlier age. But I'm here now, and that's why I'm making this content, to maybe tell you something that can really help you out on your journey. So before I wrap it up, man, I just want to say, again, man, don't count the days. Focus on just having quality, productive days. And even if you relapse, if you do relapse, you go back to it, man, pull out a journal and write down what you was feeling at the time. Were you angry? Were you sad? Were you depressed? What were you dealing with? Maybe you need healthier coping mechanisms. Maybe you just need to depend on God a little bit more. Maybe instead of going to the websites, you give yourself 5 minutes and say, you know what, for 5 minutes, I'm going to pray. And I'm just going to pray to God. God, I'm dealing with this. I have these temptations. I have these urges. I'm just going to breathe. I'm just going to stop and just, you know, breathe in and out, in and out, in and out, you know, exhale, inhale, and just see what happens. Just try different things out. And, again, that's the part of the process of just becoming a different person. So instead of focusing on the fruit, you focus on the root, because it's time to get to the root of these issues, man. We focus so much on what we do instead of why we do what we do. And that's why we continue to do the things that we do. So yeah, man, if this video helped you out, I'm going to make more content about this since it is the month of November. Might as well put out as much information as I can from my own personal experience. And if it can help you out, man, it's great. And even if you're not necessarily struggling with this, it might be something else. That's cool as well, man. I mean, we all struggling with something. There's no judgment here. There's no condemnation here, man. Everyone is struggling with something. Everyone's trying to figure this thing out. It's difficult. It's tough. Some people struggle with anger. Some people struggle with lust, you know, but at the end of the day, man, I think we can all help each other out and encourage each other in these difficult times. So with that being said, man, please like the video if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think. If you have any wisdom you want to share, please, by all means, whether it's about this particular issue or something you are currently dealing with or you've overcome in your past and you want to offer some wisdom, please, by all means. Please, if you consider subscribing to the channel, please do so. If you want to tithe and donate, it's perfectly fine. If you don't, it's all good. Cash App is in the description. Also, I'm going to put my TikTok in the description because I post content on TikTok as well if you're on TikTok. So yeah, man, don't focus on the days. Make these days count and just have productive days. Learn to love yourself, learn to respect yourself, learn to be someone who doesn't even need to do these things. And man, I think you can overcome, man. All of us can overcome because we are more than conquerors. All of us can conquer because we are more than conquerors. That being said, my name is Ken Talk, and I'm just sharing my thoughts. Peace.